It's your boy RayMay, and today I wanted to take some time and introduce you guys to a couple of series that I believe are absolutely essential to trying to get into the medium of anime, because there's so many shows that come out every season, every year, so many historical shows that people love and talk about all the time. So if you're looking to get into anime, maybe to impress somebody you know or you love, or just get closer to somebody, your boy is here to help you out. So how I'm going to be framing this is I will be giving you 5 shows from pre-2010, so classics, and then 5 shows post-2010 for those who want to get into more modern things and see what's going on in today's world of anime. Now, most of the series I'm going to be covering today will be shonen, so action adventure shows. That's usually what's most popular with people. There's so many different genres and subgenres. So if that's something else you guys would like me to break down in the future, of course, I'll definitely do that for you. And you already know, every Monday, myself and my partner Lucky give you guys 5 recommendations for our podcast, man. So, shameless plug right there. So let's get right into it and jump into some classic must-see anime. So starting off with number 5, and these actually aren't going in any order. You could watch whatever you want. I just needed a way to list them. So number 5, and actually my personal favorite top 5 anime, is Death Note. Now, Death Note is the thing that made me want to deep dive into anime and sort of kind of watch more shows. Before Death Note, I really just thought that all anime was a bunch of buff dudes screaming and fighting, which there is a lot of that, don't get me wrong, but it could be a whole lot deeper and a whole lot more complex. It is about a boy who pretty much gets this power of God. He can kill any human just by writing their name down. And it turns into this crazy cat and mouse game between him and the detectives that are after him, trying to get him because he believes what he is doing is righteous, while he kills criminals, while other people say, you know what, you cannot be judge, jury, and executioner, man. So it's a crazy cat and mouse game, a whole lot of detective work, a whole lot of twists and turns. My one gripe, or a couple of gripes I have, is the characters outside of the main 2 are kind of dry, and not only that, the ending sort of kind of is a little lackluster. I would say the last 10 to 12 episodes, but the upside of that is it's a very short series. It has a great score, great animation, and great voice acting, and of course it's iconic and a definite must-see for those who are trying to get into anime, man. And you can find this on Hulu, Crunchyroll, Netflix, basically anywhere, man. Death Note, definitely a must-see. Please check it out. So yeah, please check out Death Note, and let's move on to the next one, man. And so for number 4, I will go with Fullmetal Alchemist / Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's technically 2 series, but it's a really good show, and another show that is widely considered to be the greatest anime ever made. Now, Fullmetal came out around 2003, and then I believe Fullmetal Alchemist came out in 2009. So the thing that's great about Fullmetal Alchemist is alchemy and the powers, for one, are cool, and just the way that they map it out and the law of equivalent exchange. But the story itself, it's all about the characters and their motivations and just crazy, crazy themes. Really, it's about this boy and his brother who are trying to use the power of alchemy to bring their mom back. But what ends up happening, actually, is one brother loses his arm while the other loses his whole body. And there's just so many great themes within it. War, and the motivations and all the things that go along with them and how they intertwine with alchemy and with the relationships that all these characters have, man. So definitely a must-see. My gripe with Fullmetal really is, I think there are some pacing issues for sure. And not only that, I feel like, even though a lot of people feel like it's the greatest anime ever made, I know it's a classic and I know it's really good, but I don't think it's one of the best or the best ever made. So I think it's a little overhyped, but that's not really on the show, that's more on the fandom. But yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. You can check this out on Netflix, I believe. I don't know if it's on Hulu, but it is on Crunchyroll, man. Definitely a classic, so for sure, check that out. All right. Number 3 is a series that we cover on the podcast all the time, and our last video was actually on this series, and that is the Shonen Behemoth by Oda One Piece, man. And of course, you know, we here at the podcast love One Piece. Our show is basically named after the main crew, and Lucky is a One Piece stan. I've been watching One Piece most of my life. And it's just a really great adventure about a kid trying to become king of the pirates and find the One Piece. And it's just an amazing tale about friendship and what that means and what it's like to go on an adventure and chase your dream and prove people who don't believe in you wrong. Now for One Piece, my main gripes are really, in the beginning, the animation is definitely very wonky. Toei Animation did it. They're also the dudes who do Dragon Ball Z, which we're going to talk about later. But it definitely did not get the love that Dragon Ball got, animation-wise. And over time, it does get better, but it does take hundreds of episodes for that to happen. And that leads into my other big thing, is the length of One Piece. At a staggering 968 episodes at the time of this recording, it is literally one of the longest series I have ever seen. Now, that can deter a lot of people, along with the art style. And just the zany nature of the show. Now, me personally, I like the zany stuff. I like the wild stuff. I feel like it's what makes One Piece unique, but it's definitely not for everybody. But if it's something that you want to get into or somebody you know loves, why not give it a try, man? You can find One Piece, the first few seasons at least, on Netflix. You can find most of it on Hulu. And then if not, the entire series is on Crunchyroll and Funimation. So there are plenty of places you can watch this show. So definitely catch up and tap in with us, the Barheads, man. Shout out to all my Nakama out there. All right, so for number 2, another one of my personal favorite anime, something that I grew up with myself as it came out in the early 2000s when I was growing up. It's Naruto. You know, Naruto is easily one of the most popular anime in the States and really in the world. It's mainstream. You see little kids doing Naruto runs. You see it in video games. And it's real good to see something that I loved and I grew up that was considered niche, slowly becoming mainstream and very, very popular. Now, Naruto is a great story because it's about a kid who came from nothing and making himself into something. Naruto was a boy born with a demon inside of him, and that demon caused everyone around him to hate him. So he strives to be the Hokage, basically the ninja president, so that he can earn the love and respect of those around him and show them that he is not a demon and he deserves friends and family and those around him. It's a beautiful story, man. Some amazing, amazing fight scenes, great themes, and great characters. Now, I have a few gripes with Naruto. I know the Naruto stans are not going to like this, but I feel like the last arc is kind of lackluster. The ending itself is good, but the arc between the last few arcs and the actual end is very long and it's very drawn out, especially the long filler arcs. There are hundreds and hundreds of episodes of filler that basically mean nothing. But yeah, you could skip those, you know, and as far as the last arc, a lot of anime have bad arcs, man. So if you haven't, and I'm sure most of you have heard about Naruto or know someone that watches Naruto and loves it, man, so why not give it a try and tap in with them and see if you like it, man. And our number 1 will be, of course, Dragon Ball Z, man. Now, the thing about Dragon Ball is this, alongside with Pokemon, is what got me into watching anime. Now, Dragon Ball is a great story. It's about a young boy who is an alien who crash lands on Earth, and he ends up becoming the greatest martial artist on the planet. And he defends the Earth from all sorts of evil threats from outer space and even homegrown here on the planet, man. Amazing, iconic fights, characters, voice acting, all sorts of good stuff, man. Of course, I'm sure all of you have at least heard about Dragon Ball, maybe seen an episode or two or a fight or seen the millions of memes. So definitely, if you want to get into anime, it inspires a lot of the shows that are out now. And if you're getting into newer anime, you'll definitely see like a lot of the new stuff, and a lot of the stuff from even the in-between generations takes heavily from Dragon Ball Z, man. Now, I have a couple gripes with Dragon Ball. The story itself is not all that deep. It's not very well thought out, I'll say. Toriyama, the writer, kind of flew by the seat of his pants when he was writing it. And he's a brilliant artist nonetheless, and I don't really blame him for his writing style. But me personally, as I got older, it lost its luster, and it's also gone on a little too long, in my opinion, man. But I could do more talk about Dragon Ball in a full video if that's something you guys would like, man. But definitely, if you want to get into Dragon Ball, and if you want to get into the anime, you have to just dive right in and get a hold of it, man. So those will be my picks for the pre-2010 must-see. And of course, I can't get all of them. You know, there's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of anime, man. So these are just 5 pre-2010 shows that I feel like if you want to get started, they're easy to find and most people have seen them, man. Death Note, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, One Piece, Naruto, and Dragon Ball Z. All real easy to watch, man. You can find them all on Crunchyroll or Funimation, Netflix, or Hulu, man. Definitely. Now that I've gotten the classics out of the way, let's talk about those who want to see the more modern things, the cleaner animation, the intense pace, the lack of filler, which we all like the lack of filler. So now that I got the old school picks out of the way, it is time to get into the new picks. And number 5 will be My Hero Academia. Now, this is a show we've covered a couple times on the podcast, but I haven't done like a video. I really deep dove into my thoughts on My Hero, man. But basically, it's a show about a young boy who grows up in the age of superheroes and superpowers. 80% of the world has superpowers, but he is one of the small percentage that does not. But he still wants to be the greatest hero. So he's chasing these dreams to go to this prestigious school and to study under heroes, but he has no superpowers. But all of that changes when he meets the real #1 hero, his idol, the Michael Jordan of superheroes, man. Everything changes and he gets flipped upside down, man. So My Hero is definitely something, if you want to get into a newer generation anime, it's very good because it's familiar, especially to people in the West. It's superheroes, so it's very American inspired. And it's something that people know and they love and they can relate to, along with having a lot of anime tropes and a lot of the basic things that you can find in your everyday shonen, man. So it's a great mix, great starter, good animation, good pace, and some very fun characters, man, and some beautiful, beautiful fight scenes, man. So definitely check out My Hero Academia. Number 4 is the caped baldy himself, man. We are going to talk about One Punch Man. Now, just like My Hero that I mentioned earlier, One Punch Man is all about superheroes. So once again, it's something that people will be familiar with vaguely, and it's easy to jump in and, you know, get a grasp on it. But Saitama is actually a hero for fun, so he doesn't have one of those crazy backstories or motivations. He just worked hard and got strong. Now he can defeat any villain in one punch. But because of his strength, it's sort of made being a hero kind of empty for him. And it defeats the purpose of him doing it for fun. So we're able to watch Saitama grapple with that, along with some very, very, very funny characters, some cool fights, great music, and just a whole lot of homages and references to anime. So One Punch Man is not only good for new people, but it's great for veterans too. So if you know somebody that loves anime and hasn't seen One Punch Man and you're trying to get into it, you can both sit down and watch it, man. Definitely peep my boy Saitama, the Caped Baldy. You can find the first season on Netflix, and I believe the first season is also on Hulu. But if you want to watch the whole thing, it will have to be on Crunchyroll. Now, my gripe with One Punch Man is not really the story, because the story is funny and it does its job, but the animation in the second season takes a significant dump. It's still a good show and a good series, but it was kind of hard to watch, you know, and it's sad to see such great art and story not get translated in a way that everyone would love, man. But still a good watch, still a great starter, man, especially the first season. So please check out One Punch Man. All right, number 3 will be one of the biggest anime to come out in recent years and to break mainstream right from its first season, the 2019 anime of the year, Demon Slayer, man. Now, Demon Slayer, I believe, is a great starter because, one, I've seen a lot of anime. a whole lot of anime, y'all. And I truly believe that Demon Slayer is probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And it takes a lot of the tropes and a lot of the basic parts of shonen and it turns them up a notch, you know? And I feel like I said in my Jujutsu Kaisen video a couple weeks ago, when you do the cliches correctly and when you do the cliches justice, they don't feel lazy. It feels like this is really what things are like, along with a crazy, crazy, beautiful power system and characters you love, amazing animation, and great fights, man. Demon Slayer is for sure a must-see. It is about a boy who loses his family to demons. And he has one sister left, and he's trying his best to save that sister. So he decides to go on a journey to become a demon slayer and kill the king of the demons. So it's a great long series. The manga recently just ended, and there will be a movie out in theaters April 29th, following the first season. So there is a movie out, and then a season 2 will be coming soon, not too long after that. So right now is actually the perfect time to get into Demon Slayer, and you can find it on Netflix, Funimation, Hulu, pretty much anywhere that you can watch things or watch anime, you can find Demon Slayer there. So please, please, please check out Demon Slayer. I got my family on it. Even my mom watches Demon Slayer now. Crazy, crazy stuff, man. So please, please, please check out Demon Slayer. If I had a one gripe with it, it'd be that because a lot of these are cliche, I feel like Demon Slayer can become a little predictable. But that's not bad necessarily. I feel like if you're not a person like me and you haven't seen a bunch of anime, you don't know where things are going. And if you are a veteran, I mean, come on now, let's be real. A lot of anime are like it's not just a shonen thing. It's kind of just an anime thing. Number 2. Now, number 2 is actually, for the manga for this anime, is one of my personal favorite manga of all time. Right now, I'm collecting them. We've covered it here on the podcast. Our first video is on this series, man. Another show that swept the world when it first came out. And we are talking about 2013's Attack on Titan, man. Now, what is great about Attack on Titan and why I think a beginner could watch it is because even though it is an anime and it has certain anime tropes and aspects, Attack on Titan is very different from any anime. It's steeped in realism and these very, very dark themes. The way I like to describe it to people is imagine Game of Thrones meets Walking Dead, but the ending isn't horrible. Sounds beautiful, right? Like it could be one of all of our favorite shows. It's a great, great story about race and morality and good and bad and the lines between them, because all of it is really just a fat gray area. You have a boy who seeks freedom. That's all he wants is freedom from these walls that his people has been forced to hide behind to avoid these titans, these giant man-eating zombies pretty much. And he decides after they finally attack and kick down his wall that he is going to exterminate each and every last one of them and fight for his freedom, man. So Attack on Titan, very, very beautiful, man. My biggest gripe with Attack on Titan is there are some pacing issues. It is a whole lot of talking. Granted, the dialogue is great and it's written very well, and the voice acting is good too, but it is a lot of talking. And not only that, I feel like inconsistent art from both the manga and the anime due to the switching of studios and just Isayama himself for the manga not being that great of an artist. I mean, over time it has gotten better, but with the anime, it's like, with the different, not even before the different studios switched around, Titans look different, people aren't always on model, just a couple of different things, but those are minor nitpicks and what I believe to be pure, like, peak fiction, some of the greatest stuff that you could ever watch, man. So definitely, 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 please check out Attack on Titan and check out our video and the podcast. You know, we talk about it every single week. There'll be a double feature this weekend, guys. 2 episodes. It's going to be so epic, man. So please, please check us out. And last but not least, for our final pick for something that a newbie can watch in the modern era, Jujutsu Kaisen, man. 2020's anime of the year. Now, what makes Jujutsu Kaisen a great starter is kind of like Demon Slayer. It takes the tropes and turns them up. And it does them really well. Not only does it turn them up, it subverts your expectations. So it's good for newbies and veterans alike to watch and enjoy, along with some amazing fights and a crazy atmosphere. And it's disturbing at times, and it's funny, and it's bright, and it can be dark. You know, it can be so many things, and it just feels like itself, even though it pulls from Bleach and My Hero and Naruto and a lot of these other shows that I've mentioned even in this video. So what's great about Jujutsu Kaisen is it is about a boy who accidentally we didn't accidentally. Jujutsu Kaisen is about a boy who has forced to eat a demon finger and now has the demon inside of him. Has to fight his way through other demons to get the rest of the fingers and then face his execution. But what's good about Yuji is he knows he's gonna die, and he just wants a good death for himself and the people around him, which is, it's noble, it's a great cause, it's something even people in the real life can strive for, man. So it's beautiful, great fight scenes animated by Mappa Studios, man. And for newbies, if you want to get your, your weekly fix, this is still coming out right now. There's a couple more episodes getting ready to air, and I'm almost certain there's going to be a season 2 because the manga sales are through the roof, man. So definitely, for sure, check out Jujutsu Kaisen along with Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, and My Hero Academia, man. So there you have it. Those were my 5 from the classics and 5 more modern starters for you guys. So please, please, please check those out and let me know in the comments down below if you've seen these series, how you feel about them, if you're going to check one of them out, man. And of course, tap in with the podcast that comes out every single Monday. Myself and Lucky, we give you guys recommendations from old, new to more niche stuff that even veterans like us might not know about, man. So definitely, definitely tap in with us, please. Like us all on socials, join the Discord, and join the conversation, man. Hope all you guys have a good week, and I will see you soon. Stay up and stay dangerous.
These out of towners really slipping. Don't let clout dig your ditches. Respect the bleeding and the crippin'. On the set, the West really tripping. Actor started all the pocket tapping. Gotti started the authentic banging. Danny gives you performance after performance, and you motherfuckers hate him. Nitty really got the most classics. Beat out on the run, y'all chasing. Y'all care more about EK hair sound instead of what the fucking niggas saying.